Hi girly, as a wig influencer, my most asked question is literally just how do I do it? I get so many DMs, comments and stuff of just girls wanting to know exactly how, so I decided to make a YouTube video because I feel like it's so hard to cover it in 60 seconds or even longer in a TikTok, and TikTok always suppresses my videos like this. So I want to get on YouTube and tell y'all exactly how I do it while I get ready. But let's get started. Okay, the first thing we can go over is how to even start. Following these steps, I was able to get my first deal, like my first free wig, like 2 weeks into starting posting every day. So, and I definitely didn't just get lucky. I was able to replicate the same thing with some girls in my Wig Influencer group chat. So I definitely think that it's realistic to be able to get a free wig 2 weeks into wig influencing. The first thing that I would say is important to have is make sure you have an Amazon Prime account. Starting out, companies are really more wanting Amazon reviews than they are going to want stuff like 2 videos or anything. Of course, you still make your content so you can still get the coverage and grow your account, but that's usually not what they're commissioning you for. Now, there's multiple ways that companies will do collabs with you. The most common way, especially as a beginner, will be the refund method, and that's where you pay for the item, usually off of Amazon or TikTok. I've also seen Temu and Shein. I've been offered stuff like that, so those will also be legitimate, but most likely for real collabs, they're going to be Amazon. They will tell you to buy the wig with your own money, then they will refund 50% when it's shipped, and then another 50% after you've already done the review and the review is posted. On Amazon, you usually have to wait like 2 or 3 days for reviews to post, so it's just a few days after delivery and you'll get your money back. And 50-50 is the most common way. Then there's upfront, where they give you the money to order the item, then you do the review, and they don't have to refund you at all. Your money isn't involved. Sometimes you will get a reviewing fee where they'll give you like $5 to $10. This is just as a beginner. This is what you're gonna get in your first 2 weeks. Even have a company offer you this, you're going to need to start your TikTok account. Your TikTok account, you need to make sure you have a business email in your bio. This is exactly how the companies will email you and tell you that they're interested in having you review a product. Now, for the girls that's actually watching this video all the way through, I will be putting a link to a long list of companies that you can email to reach out to. Now, of course, initially you're gonna need at least 1 wig to start doing content, and I would really recommend maximizing your content as a beginner, because you're not going to have a bunch of wigs. So you're going to take your 1 wig and you're going to break this into a bunch of content. Best way to do this, we're going to do just from 1 wig install. You could do 1 video for your edges. You could do 1 for melting your lace. You could do a full install. You could do a fast install with music over it. You could do some lip sync videos, plucking tutorial, bleaching tutorial if you have to do that, unboxing if it's a new wig. All of these things out of 1 video, and you'll be able to post content every day for like a week or even more. And I did that a lot more when I was first starting. The reason I started Wig Influencer was for the wigs, not because I already had wigs to post content with. I didn't know how to do my hair. I was going to college and I was like, girl, I might as well learn how to do some wigs. I already kind of know how to do it, and I can get free ones while I'm at it, so I might as well start posting some content. Because those first 7 videos that you make from 1 install, you should be able to get a free wig already. Now, for reaching out to companies, I will say you will need to be up at nighttime. They are in China, so their time is literally the opposite of us. They're usually most active starting at like 8 p.m. and then all the way until 5 a.m. They usually don't text after that. Now, once you're in the door and you've worked with companies, they will refer you to other companies, so you'll start getting more and more collabs. Now, of course, growing your account is important because that's how bigger companies will work with you, and it will make companies actually want your content and not just an Amazon review. Now, for the people who haven't started, I would literally just say just start, because a lot of the times, you know, you might not be that good at editing, or you might not even be that good at recording. Like me, my camera angles were ugly. I didn't have good lighting, but I was still getting wig collabs because I did the reviews. At the end of the day, they sent me the money and I wasn't running off with it, or I bought the item and they refunded me after I did my review, and I was easy to work with. But once companies start saying, oh, this person is doing these reviews, companies will start wanting to pay you up front, so you won't have to take that money out of pocket and be losing out on $100 for a week or 2. But before companies were reaching out to me, I was reaching out to them. A lot of the times when you reach out to companies, they will expect you to pay, because they're like, girl, you're texting me. To reach out to companies, and this is even like mainstream companies, you want to have a pitch. These are a few. There are a few ones I'll use. I'll also put those in the description. But you're explaining who you are, that you're a hair influencer, and you want to review their product. That's basically it. And I don't like to do them super long. I know a lot of people like to do long, fancy ones. I don't really do that because I'm not gonna lie, wig companies, they aren't that professional, y'all. They just be ready to get it over with. They just want you to say what you have to say and say it plainly. A few of them will be nice, but it's still in a very like direct way, if that makes sense. Like I had mentioned before, there are a lot of scammers when it comes to wig influencing. A lot of people will pretend to be companies and they're really not. So there's a few different ways that you know it's a scammer. Off the bat, if they say 5 packages, 5 wigs, 5 complimentary, whatever, it's fake. No company is sending you 5 wigs at a time, sadly. They usually don't even roll out that many wigs at a time. Now, if you're a bigger creator, of course they might want to send you a few ones, but even that is rare. Usually they send one at a time. Even if they're going to send you more wigs later, it's going to be one at a time, just to ensure that for the first time that you're not just going to run off with 5 pieces of product. Like, that would be a little crazy. That would be a big loss for them. When it comes to companies paying you back, you're going to want to have a PayPal account. If you do not have that, they cannot pay you back. That's their payment method. If any company mentions using anything other than PayPal, it's usually a scam, because that's the only thing I've seen companies use. A few TikTok companies will give you like a discount where you basically pay 1 cent for the wig and things like that, or they'll have it like 100% free discount. But other than that, usually they're just gonna send you the money through PayPal. If somebody mentions Cash App, it's a scam. If they mention Chime, it's a scam. Even if they mention Venmo, it's a scam. They're not gonna use any of that. They're gonna use PayPal 100% of the time. Now, if you're just in it to get free wigs, then that's really all the information you need. You know how to avoid scams, you know how to become a wig influencer, you know how to reach out to companies, all of that. And if you need any clarification, I will be having a guide in the description. But for the girlies that are here to make money, then let's talk about that. So I'm not gonna lie, companies are not gonna pay you at first. They're not. Companies are stingy regardless, even when you're a big creator. So if you're a little creator, they're definitely gonna try to play with you a lot. You're not gonna be making money from brand deals directly, but a big way is to open a Depop. Once you start getting too many wigs for you to wear and just like have on, and for hairstyles you have too many to need, that's when I would say that you should start opening a Depop and start selling wigs. The girls definitely be on there scouting for wigs. It's usually pretty good money, and Depop does no fees. They pay the shipping costs. So all you have to worry about is making sure that you take it to the post office, and that's about it. So yeah, Depop will be the #1 way I think that you can make money very easily, especially as a newbie, because you don't really have to worry about clout or anything. Of course, you can promote it to your TikTok followers. That's a really good idea. The girls really be on Depop waiting for wigs, so you could just also post it on there. And usually, as a new creator, promote your stuff and send it out to a lot of people, so that's really convenient. Then the second way to make money that I will say, once you get to 1,000 followers, you can become a TikTok shop affiliate. I have so many products around me right now that are TikTok shop products, and all you have to do is make content for it, and they're gonna send you a free sample. You will get wigs sometimes. I have some wig glue, some hot combs, skincare, makeup, all types of stuff that they send me. TikTok shop is an easier way to make money. I sold like, I think I had like $1,000 worth of GMV last month. And I made a good few hundred from that. Somebody with 2,000 followers, so I think that can be really useful as a small creator. Now, the third way to make money, of course, is directly from brands. They will pay you to make your content, and this is usually when you get a little bit of clout. You gotta get a little bit of followers. You don't have to be like 10K or anything. I've gotten it, and I only have like 2,000 followers, and I just got there. So it's really just more about engagement and things like that, and usually the quality of your content, because companies usually want to either run ads on your video or repost it to their socials. And usually you can negotiate with brands about how much you want to be paid. Now some companies will just say no, and you can either decide to take the free wig, or you can say forget them. But people make up to $250 just from collaboration, so it's definitely something you can do. I will say that I don't take advantage of it enough sometimes, because I like getting wigs a lot, so, and I feel like reselling them is a good deal. It's definitely girls who make $250 off of 2 videos. and they make that multiple times a month, multiple times a week. Honestly, brand deals are definitely the most lucrative, but they're not the easiest to get. The first money I ever made was from Depop, and then I started making money from TikTok shopping companies. That's like the biggest ways that you're gonna make money. Let my hot comb heat up and then I'll finish this off. Okay, and now we're done touching up my hair. Your girl is all ready. Thank you so much if you watched this video this far. Definitely leave a comment if this helped you at all. I really loved helping the girls get started, and I've really seen people start getting a bunch of collabs just from information just like this. For more wig content and helpful advice, you definitely could subscribe. And that's all, girly. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.